Hey YouTubers, as you can just hear, I stripped the gear. It was a diff gear. It's a small gear that hits the big gear on the diff. I'll call it a pinion gear. I don't know what the real name for it is, but as you can see right here, that is gonzo. And I'll show you what the real diff, the whole diff looks like. And you can see the teeth are worn down to a nub from that sucker grinding against it. See, I got parts everywhere. Here's the drive cup. Let's see how worn that is. Yep. I'm pretty positive these are not hardened steel parts, and that's why they're doing this. Plus I got the punch up to 9. That doesn't help any on it either. But that's pretty bad. And I realized, you know, as I noticed last time, it really needed to be shimmed, but I had trouble getting the shim to fit in there without it being too tight. But I got it this time. You see these two parts? No. I still have 2 of these, like, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. I never could get them to go on, couldn't use them because, if you notice on this one, the hole stops, right? It doesn't go all the way through the piece. But on this one, the hole goes all the way through. So the pin that the control, these hold the control arms on. The pin would just go right through it. So I used one and I had to tap threads into it. That's what my tap's out for. I was tapping threads, 4mm threads in there, so I could put a screw in the backside. See if I can show you. I got the brand new diff in there. Whoa. There we go. You see the new piece? And you see the screw in there? I tap threads and put a screw in there, and I can show you on this side. I can even get that on camera. Come on now. Can't seem to get that on camera. How'd to get in there? Oh, there you go. You can see it now. You see that? So if you order these parts from Hobby Explosion, battery charge. If you order those parts from Hobby Explosion, they're not really going to fit. So I'm looking at the manual, and it shows the screws, the pins that go through here. They had a head with a screw with threads on it originally, but they changed it now, obviously, because now they just come with these pins. See, those are the pins. Now they just use pins. They must have changed the way it was made from the, because this car's been around for like 5-6 years, something like that, for a while. So they've obviously changed the way it was made. So I modified that part to fit. Now this one's going to go on the other diff. But because of the holes being all the way through, I never used it when I put the rear diff on. But these will hold the control arms because they're real easy to rip a control arm pin out of a piece of plastic. It's like the weak spot. But so far I haven't had any problems with them, but while I was in there putting a new diff in, brand new diff case, and I shimmed the brand new diff. That brand new pinion in there, I shimmed it. And you know, I had trouble getting the screw out of this pinion gear here. There's a little Phillips screw in there. They're either loose or tight. And I couldn't get the screw out. I ended up using my Dremel tool, cutting a slot in it, and using a flathead screwdriver to get the screw out. Can't show you because I already put it together. The only reason I'm even filming at this point is because I stopped to eat dinner. And now I'm getting ready to put it back together. Yeah, my girlfriend's laughing. But now I'm starting to finish putting it back together. No more strip front diff. I was going to take it out, you know, after church today and take it for a good bashing session, but tried another field across the street from the park. There's a school, and there's another field there. It looks a little more bumpier. I might be able to do some jumps off them bumps. But with a strip diff, that was it. As you saw in my footage. Failure. So now I'm putting it back together and just let you all know that these diffs do need to be shimmed. Because when you put them together, you can feel play. You can push that drive cup. You can push that in and out. There's a lot of play there. That's why I wanted to shim it in the first place. This time, after stripping the gears out, I decided with a brand new diff, I best shim it. Otherwise, it's not going to last very long. And there's no way these are hardened gears. These are not hardened steel. I don't think the diff cups are hardened either. You can see the wear on those drive pins as well. On these things here. These cups. They're all pretty worn too. Not as bad as this one. Not as bad as this. And that's pretty bad. I mean, the drive shaft was actually, the front drive shaft goes in there, and that was stuck in there. I had to pry it out of there. It was so worn. The drive shaft's fine. It just wears that piece for some reason. Definitely not hardened steel. But I got the shredder now. I'm waiting for parts. I just threw the Maximus body on top of it for now. But you see that pot's still broken there. Got the aluminum pots coming. But when I get some extra Red Cat diffs, I'm going to see if I can fit a Red Cat diff in here one of these days. But for now, I'm improving the diff that it comes with. Yeah, buddy. On to the show. Hey, tubers. It's all back together. So that's all fixed. As for my body magnets, they work, but every time it flips over, the body ends up coming off. But bumps don't throw it off, but when it flips over, the body comes off. And in the park, it kept flipping over. So it kinda, I think I'm gonna have to put more magnets on it. That could be a job for there in the week, because I think I'm beat for now. Enough RC repairs for a Sunday evening. It's time to relax and watch some YouTube. You know it, tubers. And that's it from Wally's Wheels. This is Sunday, and I'm probably going to post this on Monday. I posted enough videos for one weekend. But just to remember now, if you rebuild your diffs, get some washers and shim them, because they won't last long if you don't shim them. Because those the little gear and the big gear, they're not quite together all the way. There's too much play in there. So you shim them to take the play away, and it'll last a lot longer. I also they don't come with hardly any diff oil in it, so I filled the diff up with oil. Took a pot, filled it with oil, and put it back together. You gotta do that. Well, I couldn't leave it alone without doing it. But ready to go. Yeah, buddy. I also replaced a couple wheel bearings in one of my back wheels with my Fast Eddie wheel bearings. Yeah, buddy. The Fast Eddie wheel bearing kit, the bearing kit is wheel bearing kits. The bearings that come in the kit don't fit in the diff. I noticed that. But wheel bearing is probably the first thing you're going to destroy as far as bearings go. Y'all stay confident but humble. Peace out. Tubers.